This is a compilation video of our latest Fat Talks.
The downfall of plus-size influencers who build their entire content and community and following around being fat, lose the weight, and then do a complete 180 of their content and then get mad at all of the fat followers that they built for not wanting to stick around? Are you sick in the head?
So, they followed just because of the weight. Isn't this a little fanphobic?
Are you sick in the head? There are so many influencers and content creators and business owners that fall into this category.
Let's break this down.
The downfall of plus-size influencers.
What downfall? You mean they got healthier, changed their lifestyle, and evolved? That's not a downfall, that's called growth. The only downfall here is the mental gymnastics you're doing to justify staying fat.
Plus-size influencers who build their entire content and community and following around being fat.
So they're now obligated to stay overweight just to make you feel better. They don't owe you their body. They don't owe you a lifetime of health issues just so you don't feel abandoned. That's not a community, that's a cult.
Lose the weight and then do a complete 180 of their content and then get mad at all of the fat followers that they built for not wanting to stick around?
Okay, so let me get this straight. You followed someone because of their size, not their personality, not their values, not even their content, just their weight. And now that they don't match your body type anymore, they're sick in the head for talking about health. No, you're just mad that they reminded you change is possible, and you're still not ready for it. Also, the idea that someone is suddenly evil for sharing how they lost weight. How is that doing a 180? Maybe they learned something. Maybe they realized that glorifying obesity wasn't as empowering as they thought. Is that not allowed now?
I feel people get mad because they see someone making a change which makes them feel like they are left behind.
Why is being overweight an identity now?
That's why you fat. Look at you, greedy. No, you can have it. You can have it. You got it, brother. You thought it was some snacks in there? Look at you. You can go ahead and take it. It's a big box for a big back. Come on and get it. I know you need it.
I think I was confused, bro.
Oh, I think you hungry. And people act abnormal when they hungry. Come on and get you his little box. Don't try to run either. I don't want you to have an asthma attack on my porch. Get the box. I know times is hard.
I don't live too far.
Oh, I know you ain't walking far. I know you ain't walking far. You ain't got to tell me. Go ahead and get it. Big back. You too big to be a thief. Come on and get it. At this point, I just want you to get the steps in. You never know, it could be some workout equipment in there. That's what you get.
Rage bait into stealing.
Do you think that fat people should have to pay for 2 plane tickets?
I would make them have to be in like fat camps, like concentration camps where they would have to concentrate on diet and exercise, you know?
Being overweight should be illegal.
First, regulate FDA and food manufacturing rules.
I don't exercise to lose weight, and that makes people really angry. There's a really big reason why I don't try to lose weight.
You don't try to lose weight maybe, but would be happy if you do.
Yeah, but being obese isn't healthy long-term, and your fitness goals can improve with less weight.
That's what I want. I want you down on the ground, Jelly Bean. Let's go all the way, Jelly Roll. Let's go. Down, please. On your tummy. All the way down. Yeah, I don't know about handcuffs. You might need a rope.
Yeah, she's the one.
Oh, by far.
Two. Three.
Thanks.
Well, I'll say three.
I would say 3 and
I'm
then
gonna say
4.
3.
Not saying you don't have a personality, but I'm leaning.
Oh, I'm 5 again.
So this is final?
This is final.
Could you go over there? And then, like, just shift down. Could you switch with her?
I switch her and her. You go over there. Or
Oh, those two. Okay. All right.
And then you over there. You switch. Yeah, that's pretty much.
We're gonna get ripped a new one.
I don't want to be the pointer here.
Guys are not afraid to be more blunt. They were straight up, hey, you're attractive, you're not. But girls were like, I don't want to be rude, you know, we're all beautiful in our own way.
Well, I was at 5, and now I'm here, so I'm like, thank you. I don't know, it's very interesting, I feel.
I think when I think of a male viewing me as attractive or not versus a female, it's definitely different. Because in a male setting, judging me, I knew that was gonna happen. Like, I'm not stupid, so like, I'm aware of how others view me. I was surprised at them placing me at the bottom, but
it's an evil world we live in.
So Ryan Gosling switched from first to third and Samsung Fridge fell to fifth.
First lineup equals feelings, delusions. Second lineup equals real-world results.
What I ate today as a fat girl. We're gonna pour this. And I'm gonna add some blue raspberry syrup to it. Not sugar-free, of course. Only a little. We're gonna stir. I'm gonna try it. Look at this! It looks so good. Let's try it. A large fry, of course, and I had some on the way home. The line was so long, these better be good. And a large Coke, of course. Alright, let's try the spicy one first. And I added bacon and tomatoes. 'Cause, yeah. This one, definitely pepper sauce. Right now for the ranch. Okay, McDonald's. Yeah. A couple of these fries. Yes, I changed up, put my hair up, but let's try some cake pops from Pick and Save. Chocolate first. Not as good as the birthday cake one, but it's up there. Cookies and cream. There's literally a slight difference. For dinner, we have homemade chicken and Alfredo. And some cheesy garlic toast.
What's something you'll get a lot of hate for if you say it out loud?
Fat people piss me the fuck off. Go lose weight, pal. It's not that fucking hard.
Started working on it not long ago.
What if fat acceptance isn't actually the way it's being portrayed? Let's get into this.
I'm sorry, but being obese is not a good thing. I know, I've been fighting it all my life. Maybe you should fight it too. That's what you sound like in my head, okay? 1, stop telling me that my existence is wrong or bad or not valid.
Okay.
Because that's not cool. And where the fuck did I ask for your fucking advice on my body or my weight? Where did I ask? Where did I ask? Where did I ask? Where did I ask? Oh, I got some pizza stuff on my face. That's okay. Well, where did I ask? Where did I ask? Where did I ask for your advice? Oh, wait, nowhere. Never once have I asked for your advice on my body or my weight in my entire fucking life. So I don't know why you're here giving it to me. I don't know why. I don't know why you're harassing me with this information. I don't know.
How old are you? Isn't this a little childish of you?
But you really should take this projection and then continue hating on yourself instead of me. Because there's no need to project your own self-hatred onto me. You should just keep that to yourself and either work on it by following people and pages like mine, or staying in your miserable fucking world and leaving fat people alone, because I don't need to know about you or your life. I never asked, because I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck that you've been fighting obesity your whole life, because guess what? That's not really a thing. But it does sound like you've had a miserable fucking life doing it. So why don't you just stay in your own little bubble, stop projecting, leave me the fuck alone, because I didn't ask.
How is fighting obesity self-hatred? So every fat person should give up just like you and die from obesity? Your advice wins.
Fat people or previously fat people are sometimes the most fatphobic.
The comment's still right.
There's actually a lot of benefits to being fat. Look it up.
So the guy at the checkout line had complimented me on my necklace, but here's the necklace.
No. What he said was, you look like you are necklace.
First class flight to hell.
But what happened to body positivity? Like, the body positivity movement should have been shaming the Ozempic movement. Like, why weren't they speaking up? So when you had to work out to lose weight, then it's body positivity. The second you could do it with your lazy fat ass, now all of a sudden there's a miracle drug. So it turns out you were just a lazy fat fuck the whole time, and this body positivity shit was nonsense. Am I onto something here? You ain't wrong.
South Park did it. Throughout this video, let's talk about obesity. Obesity is not just a body type. It's not just about how someone looks in the mirror. Obesity is a major health crisis, one that's robbing people of energy, ability, and time on this planet. It's not about hurt feelings. It's about facts, and the facts are getting worse. Globally, over 1 billion people are now obese. In the US, 4 out of every 10 adults fall into that category. This isn't just some people carrying a little extra weight. This is people who can't walk down the street without losing their breath. People who can't climb a single flight of stairs. People who avoid seats with armrests, who stop running because they physically can't anymore.
Next we have plus-size dating.
Do you think someone being bigger makes them less dateable?
No, I don't think it should. I mean, obviously, in today's society, that is the case, but unfortunately, but I don't think it should be that way at all.
Do you find it unattractive if a guy eats less than you?
I think that's totally fine. I mean, I eat a lot. My man can eat a lot. He can not eat a lot. I don't really care. I don't think that really should affect anything.
Would you yourself date a big boy?
Yes, 100%. I mean, I'm a big girl.
Who do you think should pay on a first date?
Oh, definitely the boy.
We all come in different packages. It's the filling that matters.
I won't date with she.
Okay, let's step on the scale.
Hold on, let me take this sweater off because, you know.
Do you think that's gonna help?
Yes, it's definitely gonna help.
Let me go pee first.
How did you compare the LGBT community to the plus size community?
Because I feel like everybody needs to be accommodated, you know? Like they accommodate people for the bathrooms and shit like that. We walk into a restaurant, we gotta look at the chairs and shit like damn, okay, we can't sit and eat here. They ain't got no chairs for us type shit, you know?
To go is accommodating. Take it home and enjoy.
Gastric sleeve. Lizzo did it.
What are you good at?
I like eating and sleeping.
Okay, and what are you not good at?
Everything.
Oh, sorry, I farted.
Let's be blunt, obesity cripples quality of life. It makes basic movement a struggle. Getting in and out of a car hurts. Tying your own shoes becomes a challenge. Breathing is shallow and strained, even at rest. Sweating happens after a short walk. And forget about jogging or sports, the body simply doesn't cooperate anymore. And that's just the surface. Internally, obesity is a slow burn health disaster. It wrecks your joints. It overloads your heart. It messes with your blood sugar, blood pressure, hormones, liver, and sleep. It puts you on a fast track to diabetes, heart disease, stroke, and cancer. And all of that comes earlier and hits harder the longer obesity is ignored.
Everything I eat in a day as a fat girl who eats whatever feels right for me. For breakfast, I'm having strawberry, blueberry, banana, chia seed pudding. Hazelnut, oat milk, shaken espresso with chocolate cream cold foam. That's really good. For lunch, I'm having air fried Brussels sprouts, meatballs, and a salad with this Monocle's Light sweetened tart. If you're not from the Midwest, you are missing out. For a snack, I'm having this Luna lemon zest bar. For dinner, I'm having chili with cheese and Greek yogurt.
Built like Brock Lesnar.
Say I was an ugly girl, which I'm not, and I'm confident in that. Would they still put me in Nordstrom's? Because
yes,
that's my face.
It's a political agenda.
That's my face. You can't see my body. I'm gorgeous.
It's political.
I'm gorgeous.
They're trying to push a political message.
Push a political message of what? You can't see my body. I have literally been handpicked by my waist up and told I'm one of the most beautiful models in the world. I get flown from New York to LA to Canada to everywhere in between. And you think it's because I'm ugly?
No, I think it's because there's a political tool.
Okay, so out of all the people, like, you don't think there's one pretty one? They're not putting ugly people up on there.
I feel like she keeps saying she's gorgeous to convince herself.
Confidence is quiet. Insecurity is loud.
I got you a secret. Cool. How do I open? And then I got you the Thigh Master. That ain't going between my thighs. Yeah, it is. Or you can do your arm. You chicken wing? We're good, that chicken wing. Man, that arm's gonna be really cold. You gotta shake it, dude. Shake it like you know it. I don't know it. It works. Wait. It works. Ain't that how you work it? Yes, but it looks nasty. Here. Hold it like you know it. Hold it firm. You had it. You got it firm.
You got dirty about that.
You're gonna make me pee.
Let's get back to the obesity crisis, because this isn't just personal. It affects everyone. Healthcare systems are being buried under the costs of treating obesity-related diseases. US alone spends around $173 billion every year dealing with this, treating conditions that, in many cases, are preventable. That's money going toward fixing problems that never had to get that bad. Obesity also weakens entire workforces. It leads to chronic fatigue, missed work, more disability claims, and shorter lifespans. People can't perform at their best when they're dragging around a body that's breaking down from the inside. This isn't about fat shaming. It's about being honest. A body that can't move properly, can't breathe freely, can't sustain energy throughout the day, that's not freedom. That's limitation.
And I'll be the one to say it because it needs to be said. Big people come on this app and get hate for simply existing in a big body, but y'all eat it up when people do the crumble cookie reviews and eat 4 total cookies in one sitting. 4 total cookies. They eat 5,000 calories in crumble cookies and a big bowl of milk with ice, and y'all say nothing about it. You're sharing it, you're commenting, you're liking, ooh, I can't wait to try those. And a fat person just stands. And y'all can't stand it, honey.
You are comparing fat people to people.
Big people come on this app and get hate for simply existing in a big body, but y'all eat it up when people do the crumble cookie reviews.
Jokes aside, thin people can afford the calories.
Real AF. I'm overweight and I eat healthy AF. Meanwhile, my boyfriend is skinny, fit, and he eats nothing but junk food. But I'm the one who gets targeted for being unhealthy.
Y'all, they were right. Eating better,
and moving your body actually makes you feel better. What do you mean? Ugh. It's, yeah, eating right and moving your body actually will make you feel better. So, yeah, do with that information what you will. I hate being wrong, but I do feel better.
Fat people should have to pay significantly more on their taxes, and people who are in shape should get a huge insurance and tax discount. I said what I said, and I meant that shit, and I'm gonna explain it. The two traits, fat, lazy, they go hand in hand. If you're fat, you're most likely lazy, most likely on government-assisted insurance, government tax cuts, whatever. I shouldn't have to pay taxes to pay for your diabetes foot removal surgery. People who are in shape, those things go hand in hand. Highly motivated, you probably make a little bit more money, you have more self-respect. Just like how Progressive has the drive safe and saver, no speeding, pay less on your insurance. Take 10,000 steps a day and wear this fucking wristband, you pay less on your fucking health insurance and taxes. I'd do that shit. I'm still on my mom's health insurance, but you understand what I mean. People making good decisions shouldn't have to pay for people making bad decisions.
Taxes based off of body fat percentage.
If anything, fat people should get a discount for gym.
Back to the obesity discussion. Children are being pulled into this too. Obesity in kids is skyrocketing. And that means we're seeing teenagers with fatty liver disease, insulin resistance, and joint pain, problems that used to show up in middle age. If that doesn't scare us into action, what will? And let's stop pretending it's genetics. The environment we live in is flooded with ultra-processed food, sugar, and cheap calories. Movement is optional, comfort is easy, and it's killing people slowly. No one is born obese. It's a result of daily decisions made in a world that encourages overeating and discourages physical effort.
All of this was new fact thinking, but let's remember some of the old classics. Tess Holiday responds to a comment that says, "You weigh more than my Ford Lightning."
Hi, hello there. I am no car expert, but I do know that if your car, weighs less than 300 pounds, baby, I'm concerned for your safety.
No way she weighs only 300 pounds. But wait.
Besties, on my last post, I was never saying I weighed under 300 pounds. That maybe is how it came out, but it's also weird to care how much people weigh. Ask your dad how much I weigh. He knows.
Then why mention a number? Why 300? Let's end this video with some motivation.
I feel like I'm losing my mind. Is everybody in the world blind? Please, Lord, give me a sign, a sign.
She looks so much happier.
I am, because my life is so much fuller.
The hard truth is this: obesity is a choice until it becomes a trap. And the longer it's ignored, the harder it is to escape. But pretending it's not a problem? That's just denial. It's not body positivity to pretend that being 200 pounds overweight isn't dangerous. That's not empowerment, it's delusion. So if this sounds fatphobic, good. Maybe it should. Because sugarcoating obesity won't stop the heart attacks. It won't make the stairs easier. It won't bring back energy, breath, or freedom of movement. Facing reality is the first step toward fixing it. And this is a reality we can no longer afford to ignore. We have Marissa and her popular take.
For the millionth fucking time, existing as a fat person is not promoting obesity. Loving your body and being confident about your body is also not promoting obesity. So fuck off, bitch.
But making your online presence all about your weight and how great it is indeed promoting obesity.
While this completely true, I'll happily promote obesity. Facts. I don't know. I got fat because being fat is a super fun, glorious cult.
Obesity costs the global economy over $2 trillion per year.
I am down 4 pounds. That's right, 4 pounds. So I'm very proud of myself for breaking that stall.
444 more to go.
Congratulations, you took a poop.
Do you really think 4 pounds out of 600 is a significant milestone?
Not everyone looks better skinny, okay? Some people lose all of their aura when they get too skinny. Think about, for example, if Barney got skinny, we would all be really scared of him, not charmed at all. So take a lesson from Barney.
And another example, Winnie the Pooh. Skinny the Pooh, so scary to think about.
Imagine being so fat, and all that inflammation pollutes your brain so you cannot express your thoughts like a normal person. So you come up with a dialogue. Or maybe you are a professional screenwriter. Let's see.
Fat people are gonna die if they don't lose weight. Oh, okay. Well, can I get some exercise clothes to go to the gym with? No. Our clothes only go up to 2X. Okay, well, can I go to the gym to work out without people recording me?
On today's episode of Things That Never Happened, have you ever been to the gym?
That is not our responsibility. Okay, well, I went to the gym anyway, and these people are actually really nice, but I think something's wrong. I'm not losing any weight. So, can I get a doctor that treats my symptoms instead of just telling me to lose weight? Well, they went to medical school and got their degree, so they know what they're talking about. Maybe you're the one that's the problem. It's calories in, calories out. Okay, well, I went to a bunch of specialists, and they said that I need weight loss surgery, so I spent a bunch of money trying to get this surgery, and now I can only eat 600 calories a day, but I'm not losing very much weight. I really think that something is wrong.
Sure, you are the exception. An alien. You are so special. You are remarkable, Karen.
God, you fat people always complain about something. Just say that you want to be unhealthy. Well, no thanks to you, I found out that I have a genetic fat disorder that makes losing weight pretty much impossible. But thanks for making my life a living hell. I'm sure it was great for my health.
Sure, it's the universe's fault. But you are perfect.
Always someone else's fault.
If you exist as a human being, you burn fat stores. Burn more of these fat stores than you store through food and you will have a net fat loss throughout the day. It's pretty simple, really.
Caloric deficit is undefeated.
No matter your hormones, the fundamental truth remains. If you're in a consistent calorie deficit, you will lose weight. PCOS may affect how hungry you feel or how your body uses energy, but it doesn't override the laws of thermodynamics.
A lot of people's first reaction when I say that I'm fat is to go, "You're not fat. You are beautiful." And whenever that happens, I always have the same reaction. I kind of take a step back and I go, okay, then catch me. No? Let's do a human pyramid. I'm at the top. Let me ride your cat. I'm gonna kill your entire family. Good luck describing me to the police. She went that way. She has a great personality.
When people say you're not fat, you're beautiful, my response is always, bitch, I'm both.
Every time I go to the bathroom, guess who's complimenting me? Women. If I go to the club, guess who's complimenting me? Women. I go out with women. It doesn't matter what a man thinks.
Honey, they feel bad for you. Who's going to tell her?
Obesity increases the risk of 13 types of cancer, including breast, colon, liver, and pancreatic cancer. Next, we have a fat activist explaining fatphobia.
I know that I am fat, like that's not a surprise to me, but I also am very gorgeous and beautiful. And as a result of that, I feel like it's kind of given me this delusion that people aren't just like extremely fat phobic. Like, I'm trying to like put this into words. I've been living kind of in a fat little bubble. Straight up, like I said, I think I'm gorgeous. I think I'm pretty.
Not specifically for this lady, but I have so many questions in my head for deluded fat activists. Are you becoming body positive because you are fat, or did you have the same thinking before? Are you body positive because you cannot lose the weight, not that you don't want to? Why the need to make this public? Do you really think you are gorgeous or just want to profit or attract fetishists? Is the community, the other fat people, deluding you? Do you just want to be different, expressing different views? Why do you split the world to thin versus fat? If you really do enjoy being obese, why do you obsess what others think? Why is everything about fat and weight? Why put so much effort to change what people think instead of self-improvement? I was picturing Marissa while thinking about this.
In my head, all the people that know me and that are around me don't really see me as anything other than just the person that I am. But ever since I started posting on here, and I can read some of the comments that some of y'all are way too comfortable leaving, it's just like made me aware of the fact that, wow, a lot of y'all really just hate fat people for no reason. I guess I kind of liked living in my bubble where I thought that people really didn't care that I was fat. It's kind of shocking how much y'all really care that I'm fat. I'm gonna still keep being my fat, beautiful self. Obviously, I want to be healthier and I want to try to change things so that my health can improve, but I don't know. I just think that a lot of you guys are miserable, and like, fat people didn't do anything to you. They're having a hard enough time as is, so. Fuck you.
You want to try to change, so you are the fat-phobic one. And yes, I don't hate you at all. You specifically. I haven't even seen your content. But I really do hate the idea of fat acceptance. Fat is nothing to accept.
I'm sorry there's people lying to you. I wish health for everyone.
Should fat people have to pay for 2 plane tickets?
If they take up 2 seats, I'd say yeah.
Why do you think so?
Because the other person will get f***ed over. They shouldn't be paying the same when you're literally in their seat.
What do you think about the people that say that's fat phobic?
I don't think it's fat phobic, I just think it's factual. I'm not fat phobic at all. I just think if you're buying a seat, that's unfair to the other person on the plane.
I don't understand why this is so hard to understand.
It's Factual.
There's like obese women promoting body positivity. And it's like, I wouldn't want like my
What's
kid.
obese?
like
that one coming?
healthy lifestyle.
No,
like
but
overweight.
opinions-wise, what's obese for you?
Obese, like a
Like for
medically
me,
obese.
if you see me, you
What's her
consider
range?
me obese?
I wouldn't say that you're obese, but
Okay.
it's like medically, you know.
So like for
So
example,
you're medically obese though.
Yes, I've been medically obese since I was like 12, and I was not obese.
Well, does anybody here? Would anybody here explain what they mean by medically obese? Just-
Exactly.
They're gonna say the
BMI.
Someone's gonna say the BMI chart. Someone's gonna say the BMI chart.
Sorry, but if you have a BMI of 45, without question, you're unhealthy.
Losing weight improves the quality of life. What I eat is fat. What I ate at my 8 to 5.
What I ate in 5 to 8 minutes.
Guys, stop bullying her. She already has a lot on her plate.
Diet Coke does not help at all, by the way.
I've never seen a thin person drinking Diet Coke, Donald Trump. Gonna show the rest door?
It's not 9 to 5, so the cookie doesn't count. To be honest, I most often do not eat at all at work because of not having the time or need. What about you? Please write in the comments if you have more or less than one meal at work. Maybe her eating is perfectly okay if the dinner is light.
If you're a big girl that hasn't traveled because you're worried about flying while fat, this is the video for you. This is the tightest I've experienced. I always recommend going to the bathroom as soon as people start boarding.
It's not the plane, it's your habits.
Bathroom before boarding. Groundbreaking. You're right. She's probably breaking ground left and right, I bet.
Next, we have a guy who is okay. I've came across some of his videos and he seems like an inspiration to others. But this claim is not okay.
Who the hell thought that it was a good idea for most of these treadmills to have a weight limit of like 300 or 350? I understand that the average person weighs under 300 or 350 pounds, but there are a lot of fat asses like me that weigh much more than that could really use that, because walking outside sucks, especially when you weigh 500 pounds like I do. So let me know, am I stupid? Am I missing something? Is there a company out there that just makes a 500-pound capacity treadmill? Because when you search 500-pound treadmill on Google, it actually brings up treadmills that weigh 500 pounds.
You cannot be mad about this. Come on. And what is so bad about walking outside?
90% of your weight loss progress will come from being in a calorie deficit.
And I don't trust anybody who be in the gym all year and still big. Where are the results? Did you eat those too? Shit.
If I wasn't in the gym, I'd be bigger.
Let's end this video with some of the old delusions.
I have a hot take to share that's not actually a hot take, but people will think it's a hot take because they're offended and or feel judged by it. Stop using the word obese or obesity, especially if you're talking about a fat person. But just in general, just don't use the word obese or obesity to talk about fat people or fat bodies, because we are not a disease. We are not scientific experiments. We are people. If you want to talk about a fat person, you can call them a fat person, a person of size, a plus size individual, etc. You do not have to use the word obese. It is not an accurate term to discuss human beings or their bodies. In addition, on the mid-size post, a couple folks said, well, I identify as mid-size because I'm not obese and I'm not skinny. And I think to me that's a red flag.
I really don't get what the problem is with the word. Of course you are morbidly obese. Not just obese.
What?
This doesn't make any sense.
Yes, nothing makes me hurt more than this word.
Maybe the most popular fat influencer on TikTok who fights for bigger clothes.
And in case you were wondering what Walmart's plus sizes look like right now, this is it. This is it, and this is all. This is it. This is it right here. And let's take a big step back. That's it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and it's all ugly.
They are not plus sizes.
Maybe it's a sign.
Is BMI accurate for you? Yeah. I'm tired of that question. For you, it is. BMI is not accurate for people who have a lot of lean muscle mass, right? So it wouldn't be accurate for Ronnie Coleman. It wouldn't be accurate for Jay Cutler. For you who got a big back, yes, it's accurate. But let's say you want me to say that the BMI is racist, that it's not accurate. Okay, fine. Then look at the mirror then. Look at the mirror and ask the mirror. Mirror on the wall. Who has the biggest back of them all? You do. So you don't want to use the BMI chart because it's racist, and you want to fight the BMI chart because it's not accurate. Okay, you don't want to fight Chick-fil-A? You looked in a mirror. The mirror said you had a big back and that you couldn't see your toes in the shower. So instead of fighting Chick-fil-A, you want to fight the mirror now. You don't fought the BMI chart and you won. You don't fought the mirror and you won. And then now you're just consuming Chick-fil-A. I think it's time that you fight Chick-fil-A.
When they say it's inaccurate for bodybuilder, I always just ask if they're a bodybuilder. Usually sets them off.
Every single time a couple posts on this app where one person is fat and the other person is not, there's only 2 types of comments.
She frames this like anti-fatness, but people online react anytime a couple looks mismatched, whether it's age, height, race, money, looks. If there's contrast, it's suspicious. That's not fat phobia, it's internet culture, and it doesn't revolve around you.
One person is fat and the other person is not. There's only 2 types of comments, and the first type of comment is, I don't get why he's with her, or like, she can do so much better than this. Or like, LOL, ran straight to the comments. And the other type is like, I just know he doesn't play about you.
It feels like what she's actually saying is only say what I want to hear. And if your entire argument is people aren't commenting nicely enough on my relationship, that says a lot more about your insecurity than it does about the public's morality.
And the other type is like, I just know he doesn't play about you. I bet she has like the best personality. Or I came to the comments just to make sure everyone's behaving. Have y'all never just heard the compliment like, what a beautiful couple, you look very happy? Can y'all just be normal for once? Fat people are hot, and there are people of all sizes that want to date us and do date us. Stop acting. Stop it. Stop.
Saying fat people are hot over and over doesn't make it a universal truth.
Listen, I'm just jealous of both because I'm sad and single.
I know he gives the best hugs. Girl, shut up.
I have type 2 diabetes, and honestly my life is much better now because people have finally stopped telling me I'm gonna get type 2 diabetes. I mean it. Like, if you have, if you're fat or if you have like a mom, just get type 2 diabetes. She'll have to come up with anything else to talk to you about.
Of course it's funny when your health is a joke to you.
Do you keep like a glass for the I told you so's?
We're going to that slow lunge walk.
Lunges? I didn't even know what a lunge was. I thought they were saying lunch.
She hungry.
How was the gym?
I didn't go to there.
What? I didn't raise no fucking bitch. Go to the gym.
She obviously ain't never been to one. It was his rest day, bruh.
I want people to eat hard cookies, and I'm not going to conform. I'm not going to do it. I don't want it. I want a soft, moist cookie. That's the only cookie I'll eat. I won't do a hard cookie.
What about Oreos?
I'll do an Oreo.
She folded like yesterday's laundry. For the end, we have the fat lazy mom, aka Donut Mom. You may remember her from the fat drama video. I will link it in the description if you are interested. Let's see her latest one.
Y'all keep saying my house is filthy because of a video someone edited about me. Because of a hate page that made videos about me. My house is normal, and I will show it to you. My kitchen. Clutter. That's it. Clutter. No, I don't have maggots. These are all clean dishes. These are the dirty dishes. Those are all clean dishes. Look, my stove's clean. My daughter's room has toys in it. This is my youngest daughter.
You know she spent days cleaning to prove a point.
Yeah, a YouTuber recorded his call reporting her a day ago, and they were taking it seriously. Guarantee she's had a visit and decided to clean. Bloodspath. I've never watched him until that video, but he had her address and everything.
When I came across this comment, I got intrigued, but haven't watched the video yet. Apparently, he reported her to the police.
In my room, with my bunnies that you guys all complain about, and yes, they do poop on the floor, and yes, it gets cleaned up every single day. But I have a normal mess. And I'm not going to show my bathroom because my daughter's in there right now. So y'all wanted a house tour? There's the house tour. Now leave me alone.
Are you trying to convince us or yourself?
The rabbit poop echoes of cleanness. So I came across a video that perfectly sums up everything that's wrong with the modern fat acceptance movement. This creator spends 4 straight minutes venting about how hurt she feels when someone she follows decides to improve their health. So let's break this down. I'm going to play the original video in parts, and in between I'll give you my take.
Hey Gorge, do you have a moment for me to just vent at you? Because I've got some stuff I want to say.
Here we go. Anytime someone opens with, "Can I vent?" you know it's not going to be a rational discussion. It's already framed emotionally, not factually.
I'm a content creator, but I'm also a content consumer. And I really, really, really feel that sense of mourning when you've been following someone for a while because you aligned with their content or their morals or their ethics. You know, I'm talking about the body positivity content creators, and then they just pull the rug from under you and say the most body negative thing you could think of in relation to weight loss. Because I believe that body positivity and weight loss are not mutually exclusive. They can, you know, work in harmony.
This is where the confusion begins. Saying body positivity and weight loss can coexist, great, in theory, but let's be honest, this entire rant contradicts that. If you really believe that, you wouldn't feel personally betrayed when someone loses weight. You'd celebrate their progress.
Body positivity and weight loss are not mutually exclusive. They can, you know, work in harmony. It's all about how, for me, the most important thing is how you then reflect and talk about your previous self, which was bigger or before weight loss. Now, I want to say content creators, on one hand, don't owe us anything. You know, like they can switch up their content, their lives will change, they're multifaceted people, and we can decide whether we engage with it or we walk away.
This part almost fooled me. She makes a reasonable point. Content creators can change and audiences can choose to stay or go. Totally fair. But the second half of the video contradicts that entirely. She says we can walk away, but spends the rest of her rant trying to morally shame creators who shift their message or focus on weight loss. This isn't about freedom of choice. It's about gatekeeping authenticity based on staying overweight. And that's as ridiculous as it sounds.
We engage with it or we walk away. I think that's really important to establish. But there is this sense of betrayal when, especially when it comes to like body positivity and being in marginalized bodies, and this idea of like, you know, loving yourself at every size. It's really, it does feel like a betrayal when someone's built up a platform on this idea of being a safe space, on it's okay to be fat or it's okay to be bigger. You know, we love ourselves at every size here. It does.
This is where it gets manipulative. You're told, love yourself at every size, but only as long as you stay at that size. If you lose weight, you're suddenly a sellout, a traitor. Isn't that the exact opposite of self-love? It's more like body imprisonment.
It does feel like a betrayal when someone's built up a platform on this idea of being a safe space, on it's okay to be fat or it's okay to be bigger. You know, we love ourselves at every size here. It does feel like a betrayal when they flip the script and all of a sudden, you know, not only lose weight, because like I said, the losing weight thing isn't a problem for me. It's how they then talk about themselves. That's the bit that really upsets me, because I'm like, oh, did you really believe anything you were originally saying, anything you were originally preaching to your followers? Or, I don't know, were you just like jumping on the bandwagon and trying to get money out of it? Or, I don't know, I can't help but be that cynical about it. I guess my point is, if you're seeing content from people that you used to think were safe spaces that no longer like makes you feel safe, you can absolutely unfollow them.
If someone else's decision to improve their life and health triggers you, that's not their issue. That's yours to process. Self-love doesn't mean forcing others to stay in the same place as you. It means cheering them on when they make changes, even if those changes remind you of something you're not ready to face.
And it's fair to feel a sense of betrayal because like some of these people have made absolute careers of doing that and are only losing weight now because they've got collaborations with surgeons because of their followings.
So let me get this straight. They're mad at someone for leveraging a large following into medical help, but aren't they also building a platform off their body type? This is projection disguised as activism. It's jealousy in a fat suit.
Like, that really makes me laugh. And there are still people out there like me. And this is just like a plug for myself. And there are still people out there who are advocating for those things and truly, truly believe it. Like, I will always be a body positivity advocate and fat liberationist, regardless of what size I may be. Because until all of our bodies are accepted, respected, and are given the dignity, the health care, the employment opportunities, the access that we all should have, then none of us are free. You know what I mean?
Let's talk about freedom. True freedom means the ability to choose growth, to reflect, to change, to say, I wasn't okay, and now I am. The fat acceptance movement often demands stagnation, not freedom. It's a trap disguised as love.
None of us are free. You know what I mean? The beauty standard will just get stricter and stricter and stricter. And if we're spending so much time judging ourselves, judging each other for not hitting that made up fucking parameter, then what are we not spending energy doing? Like, I think it's so important to preach self-love and positive self-talk and self-respect and dignity, because if we're comfortable within ourselves, then we're comfortable to advocate for ourselves. And that means speaking out against the fucking system that wants to keep us down. If we're too busy in here going, well, am I worth that? Am I allowed to have access to that? Or maybe I should lose weight before I do that. Like, then we're not fighting the fucking system and they're the ones taking the fucking piss. This will always be a safe space. I'm not going to flip-flop on you.
Maybe you should. That's what growth is. The fact that this person frames consistency as a virtue, even when that consistency means staying in an unhealthy, unsustainable lifestyle, shows how much pride has replaced logic. Evolving is not selling out. Changing your mind isn't betrayal. It's proof that you're learning, that you're doing the hard work of growing. You are allowed to want better for yourself. You're allowed to reflect on your past and admit everything. That makes you honest. If this movement can't handle people changing, then maybe it's the movement that needs to change.
Hey, real talk, I think these gym gooners are in a dangerous cult and we don't talk about enough. In this TED Talk, I will... No, really, but I'll keep it brief though. If you want me to go more in depth, just let me know in the comments. So I follow the cult leader, Captain Danielle Messinek, and she has a list of 10 red flags of cults. And boy, do that gym bro culture hit every single one of them. Let's go through them real quick.
So let's get this straight. Being into fitness and taking care of your body is now a cult. Let's play along. She's listing 10 cult traits and applying them to gym bros. Let's take each one and show how it actually fits fat acceptance like a glove.
The charismatic leader and his skinny white woman. Every cult has a messiah, and in this case, it's the alpha male podcasters, the shredded motivational speakers, the TikTok influencers who tell you that you're not disciplined enough to do the work, but don't worry, he's got a solution. And his girlfriend, hot, thin, and agrees with everything that he says. Well, until she doesn't fit his standards anymore.
This is so wrong. And no one looks up to alpha males. But this point indeed perfectly applies to the fat acceptance movement, where leaders preach delusions. Look at Tess Holliday, proudly declaring she's anorexic while promoting obesity, or Virgie Tovar, who's built an entire career convincing people that wanting to lose weight is a form of violence. They tell you what you want to hear, that health is a scam, effort is oppression, and your critics are just jealous. Their followers eat it up, literally and figuratively.
2. A sacred assumption. Here, it's fat is bad, thin is good. Health equals weight loss at any cost. Your effort equals your morality. There is no room for nuance, just belief.
She claims the gym cult believes fat equals bad, thin equals good. Is that really so wrong? Being thin is generally healthier, but fat acceptance, in fact, turns this into a binary 2, just in reverse. They believe fat equals good, weight loss equals betrayal, and concern equals hate. They worship the idea of health at every size, and if you question that, you are no longer wanted. No nuance, just belief. Sounds familiar?
3. A transcendent message. You're not just working out, you're going on a holy quest to becoming the best version of yourself. Their promise? Your salvation through suffering.
She mocks gym-goers for turning fitness into a holy quest of self-improvement. But fat acceptance sells its own version of salvation, and it's built on pure fantasy. According to body positivity, if you reject dieting, ignore health warnings, and declare unconditional self-love, you'll reach inner peace. They call it liberation, but it's not freedom, it's surrender. They trade hard-earned growth for emotional comfort and label that transcendence. Gym culture challenges you to grow. Fat acceptance tells you that growth is betrayal. Which one sounds more like a cult?
4. Self-sacrifice. You're encouraged to hurt, to skip meals or have bland chicken breasts and unseasoned rice, to ignore your body when it's screaming no in the name of discipline. Injuries, starvation, that's just commitment, baby.
She portrays fitness as self-abuse. But what fat acceptance demands is a far greater sacrifice, one that's long-term and far more devastating. Followers are encouraged to ignore their doctors, deny their physical suffering, and accept chronic illness as part of who they are. Instead of discipline, they promote denial. Instead of balance, they promote surrender. They call it listening to your body, but when your body is screaming for help, they tell you to silence it. So, when someone sacrifices their mobility and lifespan to stay loyal to a belief system, that's cult behavior.
5. Isolation from outside ideas. You unfollow fat people. You block body neutrality. Anyone who questions the grind is soft or making excuses. Suddenly, your whole world is the gym. Everything else is suspect.
She claims fitness culture isolates people from outside opinions. But this is projection. Fat acceptance is one of the most insular, echo-chambered communities online. People are encouraged to block doctors, researchers, and even friends who question their beliefs. Words like calories, BMI, and overweight are treated like slurs. Medical professionals are dismissed as biased, and any attempt at weight loss is labeled self-harm. That is classic ideological isolation.
6. A secret language. No pain, no gain. No days off. Discipline over motivation. It's just a calorie deficit. That's not jargon, that's code. And if you don't speak their language, you're not part of their chosen.
She mocks gym phrases like no pain, no gain and calorie deficit, calling them cult code. But let's flip that. Fat acceptance is filled with loaded language designed to manipulate thought. Thin privilege, anti-fat bias, diet culture, internalized fatphobia. These aren't neutral terms. They frame every opposing idea as violence or oppression. It's language meant to shut down dialogue, not foster it. If you can't even say overweight without being accused of hate speech, then that's a code.
7. Us versus them mentality. They're healthy, you're lazy. They're grinding, you're gross. That's not fitness, that's supremacy.
She claims gym goers look down on others. But fat acceptance draws the harshest lines between the woke and the oppressors. Even other fat people are attacked if they pursue weight loss. The movement thrives on division. You're a damn sect. Just think about this video. You are making a video out of nowhere attacking a group of people. Why?
8. Exploitation of labor. You're told to push, suffer, sell, recruit, and pay for it too. Coaching packages, meal plans, protein pyramid schemes, questionable dietary supplements. They're profiting off of the shame that they're conditioning you into.
She goes off about fitness influencers selling coaching, meal plans, and supplements. Okay, grift exists everywhere. But fat acceptance accounts are the highest monetized on TikTok. Look at the extreme takes, only for views. One group is selling discipline, the other is selling a fantasy. Take your pick.
9. High exit costs. You try to leave, and the guilt hits you hard. Weight gain? You're the failure. Rest? Weak. That gym family that you built your whole life around cuts you off. You're not just leaving a routine, you're leaving a faith.
She says, gym goers feel guilt if they stop. You know what happens when someone tries to leave the fat acceptance bubble? They get torn to shreds. Say, I want to lose weight, and all of your followers become enemies overnight. Even when your health is giving up, they'd rather let you die loved than live longer. You'll be accused of betrayal, performing fatphobia, and caving to oppression.
And 10. The ends justify the means. They will literally die on this hill. EDs, chronic injuries, damaged metabolism, all excused in the name of results. As long as you're losing weight, they don't care what you lose with it.
She ends by claiming gym culture doesn't care if you get hurt, as long as you lose weight. And yet, fat acceptance does exactly the opposite. They don't care if you die early, develop diabetes, or live in chronic pain, as long as you feel valid. They'll celebrate you into a coffin. As long as you're proud, that's all that matters.
All this isn't discipline, it's indoctrination into a dangerous ideology. Tomorrow, we'll talk about what actually healthy groups look like and why fat liberation is the kind of exit door that some people are terrified of.
Fat acceptance isn't just wrong, it's dangerous. And if you want to talk cults, this is where the real red flags are. Apparently she has PCOS, which is her excuse. But PCOS can make it harder, not impossible. Your hormones aren't magical, fat-trapping forces beyond all reason.
I was once 315 pounds. I blamed everyone. I blamed my genetics. I blamed my lack of money. I blamed my job. I blamed everything. I started to take accountability and actually tracked my calories, and I lost it. I lost all of it. I went down to 165 pounds, which is healthy for my height, and I've never felt better. I genuinely hope you learn to not make excuses and do the work it takes to get better. Or don't. It's your choice. No one can make the change but you.
These people are staying healthy and improving their body. They're in a cult.
I'm a gym gooner, but I'm 215 pounds at 35% body fat. Am I in this cult?
Let's break down this video that perfectly captures the delusion of fat acceptance.
If I have to lose weight in order to have a voice, a presence, and for you to respect me, I am not the problem.
Heavy on this. This is kind of how I've thought of it for my entire life.
Let's stop here. This idea that respect must be unconditional, regardless of how you treat your own body, is the core flaw in the fat acceptance movement. Respect isn't handed out, it's earned. And yes, appearance often plays a role in social dynamics. That's human nature. If you demand that people ignore health, biology, and social reality just to validate your feelings, that's entitlement. If you're visibly neglecting your health, society doesn't owe you admiration or applause. Basic decency, sure, but respect, that's earned through discipline, character, and personal accountability.
Expecting somebody to change their body for you to respect them is, in my opinion, incredibly narcissistic. And we're not saying, oh, you have to date someone you're not attracted to, because I know that's the first place y'all are going to jump in the comments. No, we're talking about treating somebody with basic decency.
So she calls it narcissistic to expect someone to lose weight for others to respect them. But what's more narcissistic than demanding the world change how it perceives you while you refuse to take responsibility for your own health? Also, she frames this like it's just about being treated like a person. But the subtext is clear. It's not about decency. It's about demanding celebration of unhealthy habits. This is manipulative framing. People aren't withholding kindness. They're pushing back against a culture that's normalizing chronic illness. Nobody is obligated to affirm your life choices, especially when those choices come with serious health risks. You just hate the truth.
We're talking about treating somebody with basic decency and as a human being. That's all. And a lot of you have this idea that I'll treat them with basic decency when they prove they deserve it by losing weight. And it's like, you want this person to go through whatever it takes to lose weight, which, you know, for some people is a fucking lot. Like, I have PCOS. I've never lost weight without cutting my calories down to triple digits. Never. And if you're going to tell me that's just what I have to do, no, because I should not have to make myself weak and hungry and dizzy for you to like me, for you to approve of me, for you to treat me like a decent fucking human being. And just the narcissism of assuming someone is going to contort themselves for you so that you will pay them attention is just unbelievably, like, callous to me. And as the person who's being asked to shrink themselves to be approved of, that is so fundamentally disempowering, and just, it feels like it would kill my soul.
This statement says it all. The idea that choosing health is somehow a form of spiritual oppression speaks a lot about this mindset. Choosing not to take care of your body just to, quote, spite people who value health? Wow. The body doesn't care if your choices are political. It responds biologically. High blood pressure, diabetes, joint problems as consequences. She also brings up PCOS, as if it's a barrier to health. Of course, medical conditions exist, but they don't exempt you from the effort to manage your body. People with diabetes still monitor sugar. People with anxiety still go to work. Having a challenge doesn't make the responsibility disappear. Fat acceptance wants sympathy without responsibility, and that's not how the world works.
To shrink themselves to be approved of, that is so fundamentally disempowering, and just, it feels like it would kill my soul to do that, to lose weight specifically for other people's approval. In my youth, when I would go on these crazy diets and lose weight, I did not want to tell anyone. I did not want to hear their comments because I did not want them to think I was doing it for them. Even though on some level, I probably was, because it does give you access to better treatment.
Exactly, and that's the point. Society does treat you better when you appear healthy, disciplined, and self-respecting. Why? Because those traits are universally associated with reliability and effort. You're not entitled to the rewards of hard work without doing the work.
I did not want to hear their comments because I did not want them to think I was doing it for them. Even though on some level, I probably was, because it does give you access to better treatment, and I was doing it for the person in my head, the gaze in my head that said you won't be beautiful or worthy or good until you are thin. And that voice in my head was undoubtedly informed by other people and was undoubtedly part of the way that I saw myself through the lens of how I assumed other people would see me. I could not separate that. But even so, thinking of explicitly losing weight so that a person will like you makes me literally sick to my stomach. I don't know if people realize how fundamentally disempowering it is to be told that you need to do this for other people. You need to do whatever it takes to shrink yourself so that you'll be liked more, so that you'll get access to things. Because that's changing your entire life. That's devoting your entire life, okay? It's not just a little lifestyle change where like, I eat sugar-free candy now instead. It's like, no, every single day I track everything I eat in an app. And if I go over, I have to fucking hate myself.
This is projection. Millions of people live healthy lives without turning it into a neurotic obsession. If her relationship with health is toxic, that's not an indictment of weight loss. It's a reflection of her own emotional instability. Fat acceptance wants to make self-improvement look like abuse. And that's incredibly dangerous. Health doesn't demand perfection. It requires intention. And this movement demonizes anyone who dares to have it.
Every single day I track everything I eat in an app. And if I go over, I have to fucking hate myself. And for me, that has led to physical, literal self-harm in a lot of ways. And they're asking you to do that for them to approve of you, so that they'll like you. You need to do that. You need to spend every waking moment of your entire life. You need to think about everything you put in your mouth and stress about it. You need to check in the mirror every day to make sure you're still acceptable so that they'll like you. For them. Fuck no. I do not even have words for how disempowering that is. And honestly, part of me just wants to stay fat to piss those fucking people off. Because they want you to do all that for them instead of simply being nice to you, treating you like a person, not harassing you on the internet. You could do something so fucking easy, and instead you need me to grovel and suffer and put myself at your feet and beg for your love. See? That feels like maybe you have some psychological issue, and me being fat maybe is not as big a mental disorder, which I hear people say all the time, as you being cruel and sadistic.
You seem like a crazy woman. But let's get serious. You can't scream, "Accept me," while mocking anyone who disagrees. This ideology thrives on guilt, demands worship, and punishes truth. At its core, it's about denial. Self-love isn't staying where you are, it's becoming better, and that requires work.
All of this. And since our whole world system is pushing thinness, guess what? They want you disempowered. The system and those who hold power in it want you powerless, weak, and hopeless, and with no capacity left to fight their bullshit.
Dieting is not correlated with weight loss.
Well, yeah, fat's a choice, fat consequences. Woo!
You need to lose weight. You'd be so pretty if you lost weight. No.
I need you to start wrapping your head around the idea that people can pursue fitness without a weight loss goal.
I'm fat because I drink too much red wine and I don't exercise enough.
That's not true. You're not fat because of what you eat and how much exercise you do.
If you think fat people talk about weight a lot, then you haven't been around or lived with people who are fatphobic.
Body positivity wouldn't exist as we know it today if it weren't for fat liberationists, if it weren't for the work of queer, fat, disabled, Black activists.
Fat acceptance, the only movement that requires no movement at all.
For the millionth fucking time, existing as a fat person is not promoting obesity. Loving your body and being confident about your body is also not promoting obesity. So fuck off, bitch.